Alright guys, we're still on our 10-2. I'm still going through these practice problems. We're going to use this flowchart again for problem number 2. Alright, you can still see everything, I hope. Problem number 2 gives me the reaction for glucose combusting, and it gives 6 CO2 and 6 H2O. The question is, how many grams of CO2 can be produced from 0.275 moles of glucose? So if you look here, I'm starting with my A is moles. So I've got to start right here at moles of A. And my B isn't just moles, it's going to be grams. So I've got to go from moles of A to moles of B to grams of B, or mass of B. So I'm going from moles of A to moles of B to grams of B. Now, I start with my given, as always. And then I've got to go moles of B. Well, my B is CO2, so I'm going to put moles of CO2 up top. And then I've got to see what's going to cancel here. Well, it's going to be moles of C6H12O6. This middle step right here where I put moles over moles, that's when I use my coefficients. So I'm going to go look at CO2 is 6, and that ugly thing, glucose, is 1. So those are going to cancel. I know I've set that up correctly. I've gone to moles of B. I need to go one more step. Don't do any math until you get all the way to the end. I've got to get to grams of B. Well, B is CO2, so it's grams of CO2. To cancel, it's going to be mole CO2 on the bottom. And then if you look up here to your little cheat sheet, it says the molar mass of B goes over 1 mole. Anytime it's grams, it's over 1 mole. Grams and moles up and down, this many grams equals 1 mole. When it's the mole to mole step, that's when you need your coefficients. This many moles of CO2 equals this many moles of glucose. So I go to my green sheet, and I know that carbon is 12.01, and oxygen times 2, well, that's 2 times 16, so that's 32. And if I add all that up, that's 44.01 grams. I've got that down. Now all I have to do is multiply 0.275 times 6 times 44.01, and notice I have nothing on the bottom, so I don't need to divide. I'm good. My answer should be 72.6 something, but notice I only need 3 sig figs. So I'm going to put 72.6, yep, 0.6. That one won't make it round up. And I'm going to bring my units over. My units are still grams of CO2. Alright guys, that is problem 2. I'm going to slide on down and I'm going to do problem 3 in the same video. Hopefully this will upload correctly. Fingers crossed. Alright, for problem 3, what are we given? We're given 56.9 grams of NH3, so this is my A, and we're asked to find moles of N2, this is B. So where am I going to start? Well, I've got to start up at grams, and I've got to get to moles of B, so I've got to end right here. So I'm going to go from grams of A, follow it on down to moles of A. Then I'm going to go across my mole ratio to moles of B. This is what's going to be on top of your T-chart, so I could go ahead and fill that in. Grams of A is NH3. Then I'm going to put moles of NH3. And then I'm going to put moles of B, which is N2. That's what they want. Now I can either use my cheat up here or use what I need to cancel. Notice your molar mass goes on the bottom, and that's 1 mole. I'll figure that out in a second. What must cancel here is moles of NH3. That's my moles of A below my moles of B. B over A. B over A. And I get that from my coefficients. So my nitrogen is 1. Nitrogen is 1. Understood 1. And my NH3 is 2. Grams of NH3. Well, nitrogen is 14.01. And 3 hydrogen, well, that's 3 times 1.01. When I do this math, 17.04. Okay. I never did put my stuff up here, sorry. Alright, so does this cancel with this? Yep. And does this cancel with this? Yep. We're going to solve. All I have to do at this point is type this in. 56.9 divided by 17.04. Whoops. Insert. I need to do 17.04 times 2. Because I've got 2 moles. And that gives me roughly 1.67 3 sig figs, 1.67 3 sig figs. Okay. Alright, so we finished that one. I'm going to go ahead and do problem 4. Maybe that'll just narrow it down to 2 videos you guys have to watch. Be nice, huh? Alright, last one. How many grams of H2O will be produced from 74.5 grams methane? Alright, so this is my A. That's what I'm given. My B is grams. So I'm going to start with grams. Grams of A. I obviously have to go to moles of A. Oh, and I didn't show you guys last time. If you look, grams of A, moles of A, moles of B. It's kind of how we just set everything up. So I'm at moles of A. I've got to get all the way to grams of B. So I'm going to go to moles of B. This is as hard as it gets, guys. Just stick with me. To grams of B. Alright. So, grams of A. Now, you can use the cheats, the 1 mole of A over the molar mass. My next step, I use the moles of B on top, which is H2O, and the moles of A on bottom. And then my last step is my molar mass of B. Well, B is H2O over 1 mole of B, which is H2O. Either way you work these guys, just keep working. Now, molar mass of A. Well, that's carbon, so that's 12.01 plus 4 oxygens, so that's 16.05 there. And then my coefficients go here. Coefficients go here, so that's going to be 2H2O. Find CH4 is a 1. Oops. And sorry, guys. My last step is my molar mass of H2O. Well, that's 2 hydrogens plus oxygen, so it's 18.02. And then these cancel, these cancel, these cancel. I know I'm doing this fast, people, but I got to get it in a video quickly. I've done all of my conversions. Now I just need to do my math. 74.5 times 2 times 18.02. Okay, I need a 2 in there. Okay, that's everything on top. Divided by, well, there's only 16.05 on bottom, so I didn't know those parentheses at all. You should get basically 167 grams of H2O. Alright, people, that's stoichiometry in a nutshell. Figure out where you're starting and where you're ending. Right now we're only working with the top parts. Later on I'll bring back in this bottom part. Do not lose this page. Good luck.